On November 13th, 2023, a camper was sitting in bed at 3:25 a.m. playing bingo on their laptop when they heard a faint sound from outside. They soon realized it was the neigh of a horse. The sound echoed across the campsite, which had once been an old horse farm but now stood vacant. As they began recording, a white figure suddenly appeared. This wasn't the camper's first strange encounter at the farmhouse, known for its paranormal activity, but it was the first time they had captured something so eerie on camera. A Reddit user shared an unnerving experience during a trip to Tenerife. While his group took a break in a pine forest on Mount Tidi, he wandered off on his own to sit and record a video of the surroundings. Suddenly, he heard a clear whisper in his ear, even though there was no one nearby. Upon reviewing the footage, he was shocked to hear a faint woman's voice. The event left him feeling disturbed and wondering whether it could be explained or if something paranormal was at play. This man was driving down an old abandoned road on his way to his camping site when suddenly he spotted something terrifying. A figure in a white dress was crossing the road ahead. When the man gets out of his car to investigate, he finds nothing but darkness. Was it a person or something more sinister? If it was a person, why would they be wandering alone so late at night, deep in a dark forest? A man was fishing alone by a river in the deep woods, completely unaware of what happened behind him. Suddenly, a black figure can be seen lurking in the distance among the trees. The man explains he didn't experience anything unusual that day, aside from some rustling sounds around him, but nothing that made him feel unsafe. Later, when he reviewed the footage, he realized those sounds were creepier than he had thought. A camper set out to make a YouTube video about her camping trip. While editing the footage, she noticed something terrifying. A movement can be seen outside her window. At the time, she felt uneasy, and now watching the footage back, it all makes sense. The movement remains unexplained. Was it a person, an animal, or something more supernatural? In the summer of 2011, a group of men camping in the mountains of Utah filmed a strange creature while they were out fishing and target shooting. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they noticed something moving through the trees. From a distance, the creature appeared to be large and covered in brown hair. The creature quickly disappeared into the forest and hadn't been found by them again. A camper in the UK was driving down a quiet road just after 5 a.m. when they saw something unusual. A figure stood motionless in the middle of the road, unresponsive to the bright headlights. Some people speculate that these figures might be the spirits of those who died in accidents on that road, stuck in a moment of time. This man spotted something odd in his camper window. The bush seems to be on fire, but when the camera moves, the flames disappear. When the camera returns to the same view, the flames reappear again. The man repeated this multiple times, making sure it wasn't a mistake. If anyone has an explanation for this, they are encouraged to share it in the comments. A man and his son were camping in a forest when they suddenly encountered something frightening. A large figure darted through the forest, moving too quickly to see clearly. At first, it was hard for them to tell what the figure was, but as they checked the footage, they realized it was even more unsettling than expected. While walking through the woods, a man encounters a strange cave-like structure. It appears to be man-made, but its purpose and origin are unknown. As he films this surprising sight, he accidentally captures something strange on camera. If you look closely, you can see some sort of movement inside. The man didn't notice it while filming, but he did feel a sense of unease standing near the cave. What was the structure built for, and what ghostly figure has been haunting it? TikTok user Misty Rain filmed a mysterious incident at the playground on her campsite.
There's literally nobody here. And these swings are just... nobody around.
Despite no wind or people nearby, the swings at the playground continued to move back and forth. The unusual movement didn't slow down, even after Misty watched for some time. This eerie sight led many to wonder if the playground was haunted or if there was some odd weather phenomenon at play. Either way, it was enough to make anyone feel uneasy. A camera was recording a wooded area with his drone when he heard screaming and decided to check it out. He then captured something unexpected. A man being chased by a bear. Just as it seems like the man has no chance of escape, the drone flying overhead distracts the bear, giving the man a brief window to flee. The camera didn't realize until later they'd actually saved a man's life. This video, recorded by two campers in Salt Lake City, Utah, captures a large humanoid figure standing on a mountain peak. What is it and how did it get there? Many believe it could be either a Bigfoot or a giant. Strangely, the Instagram page that originally posted the video was deleted shortly after, raising even more questions about the sighting's authenticity. A group was driving down a dirt road at night when they captured something truly disturbing. As they reached the edge of a field, they spotted several figures standing in formation. They speculated that the figures had heads and must be people, but the question remained: what were they doing there in the middle of the night at the edge of a forest? Spooked, the group decided to turn back. Some viewers suggest the figures might simply be shooting targets, which seems plausible. Yet, the scene remains unsettling. Two men stumbled upon a mysterious cemetery in the middle of the woods. While exploring, they had heard strange noises coming from an open grave. Feeling curious, they threw a rock into it. And this happened. Suddenly, something unexpected jumped out. The noise it made was unusual, indicating it was no ordinary animal. Frightened, the men ran away as fast as they could. But exactly what kind of animal was it? These campers went on a snowmobile ride when this happened. A moose, disturbed by their presence, suddenly charges and strikes one of the riders, knocking him off his snowmobile. After the attack, the moose retreats back into the wilderness. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt in this close call. A hiker exploring an abandoned churchyard in Estall, UK, experienced something truly unsettling. He kept glimpsing a ghostly little girl out of the corner of his eye, so he grabbed his camera to confirm he wasn't imagining things. This is what he captured. As he turns the camera toward her, the girl quickly vanishes, and when he pans back, she's gone entirely. He never saw her again and cut his exploration short. While fishing in Japan's Kagawa River, a hiker found a promising spot but was suddenly interrupted. Reacting quickly, he kicked the Ussuri brown bear and shouted at it, causing the bear to retreat into the woods. Fortunately, the hiker escaped unharmed and later shared his story. A group of campers spotted something terrifying from their camper window. As the camera zooms in, the creature can be seen walking on two legs, resembling a humanoid figure. This eerie sighting fits the classic description of Bigfoot, but with the blurry footage, the question remains: could this be a genuine encounter with Bigfoot, or is it all just an elaborate hoax? This woman was staying in a cabin in the woods when she heard this. The sounds were strange and unsettling, almost as if they were coming from multiple creatures at once. Some believe the screams could be from mountain lions, while others speculate that the cries might be from something more sinister, like a skinwalker. Trusting her instincts, the woman wisely decides not to investigate further, choosing to stay safe. A Russian family was driving home from a camping trip when they suddenly spotted something strange in the distance. The creature looks like an ape covered in thick dark fur. The family had never seen anything like it before in the area. While they wonder if it could be Bigfoot, the poor quality of the video makes it hard to tell for sure. While camping in British Columbia, a man noticed something strange on a distant mountainside. A shadowy figure seemed to be staring directly at him, standing motionless and out of place. Unable to make out any details from so far away, he quickly snapped a photo in hopes of getting a clearer view. However, the image remained too unclear to make any definitive identification. Who, or what, could be standing there? This camper heard strange noises in the distance and decided to start recording.
Look. That's not human. That's not a human. The face is here at first, but not. That is not a human.
Suddenly, a massive brown furred creature appeared. The creature stood still for a moment, then abruptly turned and quickly retreated deeper into the forest. The camper, still shaken by the encounter, is convinced he may have just caught a glimpse of Bigfoot. However, with the blurry footage and the creature's quick disappearance, it's hard to say for sure what he truly saw that day. A hunter on a tree records a curious bear approaching when suddenly this happens.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get!
The bear starts climbing the tree with surprising speed. The hunter, scared, shouts out to scare the bear away, but it keeps coming. The bear almost reaches him before losing interest and climbing back down.
Get!
While black bears are typically not aggressive and prefer to avoid humans, they can be unpredictable, especially when they feel threatened or become curious. Fortunately, the hunter remained unharmed. YouTuber Jay, known for his Journey as the Destination channel, returns to the swamp of Three Bows Run after discovering strange structures during a previous visit. While exploring at night, his ghost communication app starts delivering eerie messages.
Okay, we got the response, children's laughter echoes, and then I now have a picture.
Bodies below.
Bodies below me? Were you buried here?
We live on here.
That frog is getting it.
Visitor.
A visitor? Do you like having visitors?
You must leave.
I must leave? You don't like having visitors then?
Then he suddenly hears a car driving through the swamp.
Try to go into the woods to get away from people and
I'm attached.
You're attached to what? That almost sounds like people coming down like one of those forest roads.
The car's erratic behavior, stopping in odd places and playing music, makes him uneasy. After the car finally leaves, Jay notices a disturbing detail near his own vehicle.
It wasn't like this when I headed back there. This tree lay. What the heck is that? Obviously it just came off of up there.
Feeling unsettled, he decides to end his exploration and head back. After spending a night in the woods, a man encounters a wild boa constrictor near his tent. Frightened but intrigued, he takes a closer look. The snake, disturbed by the man's presence, begins to hiss and make warning sounds, clearly agitated. Suddenly, this happens.
If you've ever wondered what an angry boa constrictor looks and sounds like, this is what it is. Check that out, man.
Luckily, the man managed to dodge the boa's attack just in time. In the middle of the night, YouTuber Franco TV went alone to explore a graveyard. While walking through the cemetery, he discovered a large spider perched on a tree. As he examined it, he heard a strange noise behind him. He also heard a woman scream in the distance.
Look at the size of this guy.
Let's try.
What is that?
Following the sound, he came across a man in the darkness who told him to leave and followed him. The man's intentions remain unclear, and the source of the scream remains a mystery. In May 2021, two friends decided to use the Randonautica app to explore the haunted Pokemoke State Forest. The app directed them to a location near an old cemetery. As they ventured deeper into the woods, they suddenly noticed this.
Stretch that damn, that ain't a little trail right there. Look at that. Oh, what the was that? Son?
Did you hear it?
Yes. What the hell was it? Bro, what was that?
Let's get back in the car. Yeah.
Two hidden figures, one behind a branch and the other possibly recording them from a distance. As they continued, they heard footsteps and a smashing sound.
What'd you hear?
It was like, dude, turn you on. Can you light? It sounds like somebody walking. Oh, it sounds like they're going over that way.
What the was that? Sonny, what was that? What the was that?
When they returned to their car, they discovered something terrifying.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh, Sonny! Dude, my car! My car, dude!
Their back window was shattered, with a brick lodged in it.
Oh my god! It's a who the f is out here? Brand new car, jackwagon mother. Listen, it's still cracking or something. Oh my god! Yeah, that's some bullshit.
The strange events left them questioning what had just happened, and who, or what, could be responsible. Now, some have pointed out that CJ, one of the men involved, is known for creating fake videos in the past. Could this be another one of his staged encounters? But why would anyone smash their own window to create such a scene? This video was shot on Wheatfield Road in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The area, close to the site of the Battle of Gettysburg, has a long reputation for ghost sightings. In the video, strange, human-like figures appear in the distance along a quiet dirt road. These figures weren't noticed until the video was replayed days later, leading some to believe they could be the spirits of soldiers who died in the battle. However, critics question the timing, as the apparitions appear too soon after the camera is set up, suggesting it might not be authentic. While hiking, a man stumbles upon a strange and eerie scene. The forest floor is littered with creepy doll-like figures, some hanging from trees, others scattered on the ground. Their distorted faces give them a haunting, unsettling appearance. Rusted equipment and eerie symbols are scattered around, adding to the bizarre atmosphere. The site raises unsettling questions about who placed these objects there and why. A person was camping in the woods when he felt like someone was watching him. He spots a freaky figure watching him from a distance, so he grabs his camera and films. The creature is eerie and unsettling, and the camera stays far enough away to avoid any direct interaction. Although it could be a person, many believe it to be some kind of cryptid. In that situation, many people wouldn't be filming, they'd be running, which makes me question its authenticity. This skywatcher from Mountain Beast Mysteries was camping in a forest when he captured something peculiar in the middle of the night.
But I saw something last night that kind of reminded me of that light I was tracking. It was moving really fast. It was quite bright. It seemed lower in altitude than a satellite, to be honest. That could just be me getting excited, but it really did remind me of one of those lights, so I'm hoping later tonight when I go out, I get something like that again. Not really much going on, it's just moving through the sky silently. It was silent. The night vision camera I have, it doesn't record audio, so you can't hear anything anyways, but it wasn't making any noise, and it was trucking along at a pretty good speed.
Out of nowhere, a bright blue orb appears, shining much brighter than any satellite. Another light moves alongside it, perfectly synchronized, making it hard to tell if it's just a coincidence or if there's something more mysterious going on. Excited and curious, he abandons his usual spot and rushes down the rugged terrain to capture the mysterious object's presence on camera. When the sun rises, he reviews the footage, only to be left with more questions than answers.
A light that shows up that like shifts colors a lot, and it's like zipping around the sky and stopping, and like it does these really crazy maneuvers. That was the last major thing that I ever saw.
In this clip, a woman stumbles upon an unusual abandoned campsite deep in the forest.
I had this pair of shoes that looked pretty new, pretty clean, and they were just sitting there. Then we looked to the left, and there was this tent that basically looked exactly how you see here.
The scene paints a picture of someone who just walked away, abandoning their gear without a second thought. The woman decides to set up her own camp right at this spot, expecting the original campers to return from a hike. However, no one shows up. Several questions arise from this unsettling clip. For one, why would someone leave behind a pair of almost new shoes and part of their camping gear? Was there an urgent reason for their departure? MCM Outdoors shares his solo camping adventure on the Lancashire moors. After a beautiful day, he settles in for the night. Everything seems fine until he starts hearing unexplainable sounds nearby his tent.
It's like a curlew, but much lower pitched. It's getting closer. Oi!
Though he barely slept, he made it through the night and left his adventure behind the next morning. This camper had one of the most terrifying camping experiences ever. While camping in Oklahoma, he faced several tornado warnings.
Alright guys, tornadoes coming in. This is crazy. Holy cow. Come on, flashlight. Alright guys, tornado is literally just south of us and north of us. And it's getting crazy out here. My flashlight's not working. There we go. It is starting to move in. Chrissy's calling and texting me. It's about to get wild. Wild.
As night fell and the weather worsened, a storm rolled in, prompting the camper to take shelter in the best way possible.
Alright guys, there's truly... What do I do? So, I'm just gonna stay under here, at least. If something falls, breaks, I got this table above me. Put my helmet on. Oh, I really don't know what to do.
Take shelter. New tornado warning. That also does include sulfur, okay? Your sulfur is now officially under
technically 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings.
Thankfully, by the next morning, he confirmed they had survived the tornado, though Oklahoma had suffered severe damage from multiple tornadoes. And now, it's time to get more chills in this next vid.